Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. I'm going to give y'all a moment just to come on in to invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10, because you already know what it is. It's the Floating Yogis Book Club, and we about to go in. And this is just the moment for y'all to tap in, a moment for y'all to, like I said, invite somebody, because we about to get a little bit of knowledge. I talk a lot about Ashtanga, the 8 limbs of yoga. We do a whole bunch of on-mat stuff, so let's take this on-mat knowledge that we learned off the mat. I feel like that's an important thing, and that's brought to you by Lifeform. Their mats are fantastic. That is what I use. You will see me in the Mysore room at Flow, at Sun and Moon Yoga. We're going to be rocking, and you're going to see the Lifeform mat popping like a mug. All the fancy designs, the slip resistance, them Jones is going to be hitting. So I encourage you to tap in. What else is there? This is also brought to you by UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. And this is one of those healthy habits that we could, incorporate into our day-to-day life. Just a little bit of reading some text that give us some type of different insight. What else we got going? Some of the people who help me be me, help me do what I do. My guy, No Commercials! He's part of the crew. We got DJ Thrill in the house. I'm actually over here. We vibing and everything. We got the studio behind me. We got the pool table on the other side. If y'all know how I'm living, y'all know how I'm like, you fucking with the vibes. Hey, what's good, my skater friend, Sean? Yo, y'all all in this joint. Y'all popped in. What's good? All right, what's going on now? So another person who helps me be me, helps me do what I do. I'm just giving y'all a moment to invite those friends or for them to come in. And we'll get started shortly, maybe like 30 seconds. We're reading the 4 agreements, by the way. So if you have the book, this is the perfect time to grab it and then come on back in so we can get to it. Another person who helps me be me and do what I do, my guy Payover, he's part of the crew, and that's a dimension where people are our greatest resource, and it's about leaning into our resources, leaning into the people that we can depend on and who are there for us. Blessings come from. Outside of that, we got a whole bunch of people, but we'll get to them. We got Born to Fly Fitness. We got That Yoga Life. That Yoga Life, you can catch my Mysore practice at Sun and Moon Yoga, and G's there. Jumi comes in. It's a vibe, yo. It's a whole vibe. Also, I'll be at Flow Yoga. We just started today. That joint's been popping. Like the first day was hitting for me, and it's a whole bunch going on. But I want to hop into the book because I really like the 4 agreements. It's a short read with really impactful content that can really restructure how we move through life and some of the karma that we get in exchange from the actions that we do. All right. So we are on page 37. If you have the book and want to read along, you don't have to. At the bottom of it. All right. Looking at everyday human interactions, imagine how many times we cast spells on each other with our word. Oh yeah, we were talking about the word, the first agreement, which is, hey, what up, Kenneth Brand? What up, Kay? Hey, my cousin slid through too. What it do? Hey, yeah, and Kiana. Kenneth Brand, check out their clothes. Them Jones is hitting. They saucy. They nice. I'm trying to tell you. I'm waiting for the guys stuff to come through because I like the lining with the guys Jones. And then it's a blast off. Let's make it happen, baby. Okay. We're talking about the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using words to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. And I strongly support that. Hey, what it do, Betty? What it do? All right. So, with that being said as the precursor, now we're going to move forward. Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's good, Facebook? All right. Over time, this interaction has become the worst form of black magic, and we call it gossip. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to cast those spells, especially behind people's back. About what's going on. Right? Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Uh-oh, real Siglaro. Hey, see, you should be on the Zoom room. We could vibe about it. I feel like you got a powerful perspective to speak on. So, come on in the Zoom room. You can sign up on the website. You can send me the email, and I'll be able to send you a link on, what's it called? On one of these platforms. All right, gossip is black magic at its very worst because it's pure poison. We learn how to gossip by agreement. When we were children, we heard that adults around us gossiping all the time, openly giving their opinions about other people. They even had opinions about people they didn't know. Emotional poison was transferred along with the opinions, and we learned this is normal way to communicate. That's when it gets poisonous. Gossiping has become the main form of communication in human society. It has become a way to feel close to each other because it makes us feel better to see someone else feel badly as we do. I see that. I see that a lot. And that should be one of the foundational books. I strongly support that. Just to elevate yourself to be a person of integrity. I think that these are one of those impactful books. And this is exactly what it's talking about. Gossiping. Not talking about people, but talking about ideas. Talking about ways to bring those ideas to fruition, to manifest them. That has a whole different mindset behind it, which is the last book we read. And then, just talking about someone, how they're doing something, what they're doing. I understand at a point and to a certain level that can be beneficial, but it has a cap. And it has other baggage that comes with it that we're going to have to sort out later. So why go down that route? Right? Yeah. Thanks. Come on. You rocking. You definitely need to be in the Zoom room. We vibing right now. All right. There is an old expression that says misery likes company. And people who are suffering in hell don't want to be all alone. Fear and suffering are an important part of the dream of the planet. They are how the dream of the planet keeps us down. Using the analogy of human mind and computer, gossip can be compared to a computer virus. A computer virus is a piece of computer language written in the same language all the color codes are written in, but with a harmful intent. This code is inserted into the program of your computer when you least expect it, and most of the time without your awareness, so it just slides behind the defenses. Yes, this is the book club. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I also got the Zoom room, but I broadcast it on other platforms. And we just be chatting, chit-chatting. It's like a 30, 45-second delay from the Zoom room to social media. It's about 30 to 45 seconds behind, depending on which platform you're on. But I'm on about 3 or 4 platforms right now. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the Zoom room, and we got Twitch rocking as well. What else is there? Where we at? And other people could hear the comments instead of me just reading them. Ooh, you could just jump in and shut me up. Sometimes it's needed. I be talking too much. Alright. This code is inserted. After this code has been introduced, your computer doesn't work quite right. Or it doesn't function at all because the codes get so mixed up with so many conflicting messages that it stops producing good results. Human gossip works exactly the same way. For example, you are beginning a new class with a new teacher and you've looked forward to it for a long time. On the first day of class, you run into someone who took the class before who tells you, oh, the instructor was just a pompous jerk. He didn't know what he was talking about and he was a pervert too, so watch out. You see how they just throwing all these different things on this person, on this human? Hold on, let me grab the mic so you can hear me right. You see how they throwing all these things on this person? Like, dang, he was a jerk, he was a pervert, he was pompous. Like, now we casting spells because words create the reality in which we perceive, and now they're perceiving an entirely different person. That's why we have to be impeccable with our words. Yeah. I strongly support those thoughts about, you said you had to purge many relationships in the past year because because of that very poison. Yeah, I'm not with the word. We gotta be impeccable with our words. We gotta clean it up because it'll clean up our actions. Our words become our thoughts. I mean, our thoughts become our words. Our words become our actions. And I'm not trying to follow that path if it's not what I believe in. Right. Moving forward. You are immediately imprinted with the word and the emotional code the person had when saying this. But when you are not aware of his or her motivation in telling you, this person could be very angry for failing the class or simply making an assumption based on fears and prejudice. But because you have learned to ingest information like a child, some part of you believes the gossip and you go on to the class. As the teacher speaks, you feel the poison come up inside you and you don't realize you see the teacher through the eyes of the poison who gave you that gossip. Oh, that's kind of what I was saying. Then you start talking to the other people in the class about this, and they start to see the teacher in the same way. As a jerk and a pervert, you really hate the class, and soon you decide to drop out. You blame the teacher, but the gossip, that is to blame. You get what happened there? They started to paint a whole image and then see that image in front of them. They started to only look for those things, the jerk moments, the pervert moments, and that became their reality. The other things just brushed over, just to the wayside. Where can you learn more? My book, my website, The Floating Yogi, also on uedc.com. UEDC, they are the sponsors of the book club, and that's where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. One is getting the knowledge to the people. Not everything is on the mat, and some of the lessons, and all the lessons I've learned on the mat are transferable life skills off the mat and into day-to-day activities and skills. So thefloatingyogi.com. Let me type it. I typed it on the wrong one. Let's see. I'm going to pin it on here. Thefloatingyogi.com, and I'm going to pin uedc.com. Boom. Both of them right there. Drop a pin, drop a pin. You can sign up to the newsletter. If you're local to the DMV area, you can come into a class. We have classes in DC, Virginia. We're open to travel to Maryland as well. And we also have other places, North Carolina, Florida, Denver. We got some places we're traveling to. So wherever you are, let us know. And if there's a studio nearby, maybe we can make something happen. I'd love to connect. All right. Moving forward, more knowledge. Ishvana Pranadhana, study of spiritual texts. Here we go. All of this mess can be caused by one little computer virus. One little piece of misinformation can break down communication between people, causing every person it touches to become infected and contagious to others. Imagine that every single time other gossip to you, they insert a computer virus into your mind, causing you to think a little less clearly every time. That was a bar right there that was rocking. Canada and Jamaica. I'm with it. What's the time zone? It is currently 6:21 Eastern Standard, and that's where we're at. We're in DC. The DMV, baby.
No commercials.
All right. Then imagine that in an effort to clean up your own confusion and to get some relief from the poison, you gossip and spread these viruses to someone else. Ooh, I love that analogy. So yeah, we get started at 4 p.m. your time. Now imagine this pattern going on in a never-ending chain between all humans on Earth. The result is the world full of humans who can only read information through circuits that are clogged with poisonous, contagious virus. Once again, the poisonous virus is what the Toltecs call the mitote, the chaos of 1,000 different voices all trying to talk at once. Mountain Standard, bad. Yeah, the mitote or the Maya. Even worse are the black magicians or computer hackers who intentionally spread the virus. Think back to a time when you or someone you know was angry with someone else and desired revenge. In order to seek revenge, you said something to or about that person with the intention of spreading poison and making that person feel bad about him or herself. As children, we do this quite thoughtlessly. But as we grow older, we become much more calculated in our efforts to bring other people down. I strongly support those thoughts. Good Lord. Then we lie to ourselves and say that person received a just punishment for their wrongdoing. I ain't even gonna hold you. I do that. I've done that myself. When we see the world through a computer virus, it is easy to justify the cruelest behavior. What we don't see is that misuse of our word is putting us deeper into hell. Misusing our word is putting us deeper into a trap. How? Because we're creating those false realities for us to live by. We're creating those false realities that have negative impact and karma come to us. We're expending energy on trying to remember what and why, who we told what lie to. For years, we have received gossip and spells from the words of others, but also from the way we use our word with others. We talk to ourselves constantly, and most of the time we say things like, oh, I look fat, I look ugly, I'm getting old, I'm losing my hair, I'm stupid, I never understand anything, I'll never be good enough, and I'm never going to be perfect. Do you see how we use words against ourselves? That's the impactful part right there. Once we see how we use those words against ourselves, we can start to make adjustments. It's a lot of the inner monologue or dialogue, because sometimes I answer myself. Whatever. It is what it is. So it's that has a large impact, because it's us reaffirming those things. Not just saying it internally, but creating that vibration so we feel it through both realities. Internal and external world. Alright, do you see? We must begin to understand that the word is and what the word does. If you understand the first agreement, be impeccable with your word, you begin to see all the changes that can happen in your life. Ooh, you stop saying, I can do this, because you'll do it first, and then you'll know if you can do it. Or you'll have a better assessment of your skill set within any like facet. It could be pool, like I said, we playing pool over this show. It could be swimming, because that we're not talking about swimming, we're talking about billiards. Hey, what up, Hakeem? What up, cuz? It could be a whole slew of things. Welcome to the book club. We got vibe a little later. We still gotta have that the play date with the kids. All right. Changes the first way you deal with yourself. All the changes that happen in your life. Changes first in the way that you deal with yourself, and later in the way that you deal with other people, especially those you love most. Consider how many times you have gossiped about a person you love the most to gain the support of others for your point of view. That's when it gets saucy. Ooh. That's a little bit of manipulation, because you manipulating other people, just telling them your side of the story to get them to agree with you, as opposed to just being upfront and being accountable for what you said. What's good, Curly Commute? How many times have you hooked other people's attention and spread poison about your loved ones in order to make your opinion right? Your opinion is nothing but your point of view. It is not necessarily true. Your opinion comes from your beliefs, your own ego, and your own dream. We create all the poison and spread it to others just so we can feel right about our own point of view. If we adopt the first agreement and become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communication in our personal relationships, including with our pet and cat, dog. Impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. I support these thoughts too. It keeps you conscious, it keeps you aware, because take the word, you can start this by something as simple as taking two words out of your vocab. Take the word can't, cannot is included, and take the word try. Don't try to do anything. Do it. And observe the results. And you can do anything. You might not be able to do everything, but you can do anything. I think we can. Yeah. So there's always a possibility, and it keeps our mind open. It keeps us able to see the possibilities. So those two, keep in mind when you're using your word. Don't say try, don't say can't. Sometimes when we say can't, we limit ourselves. When we say I don't know, then we can assess that. When we say can't, there's any excuse can follow, and it's just a null and void. Well, I just can't do it. Okay, why can't you? Because I can't. All right, well, why can't you? Well, I don't know. All right, well, let me teach you how. Let me show you what I see. That's opening up a new possibility, a new way to think. However, if you can't do it, there's no opportunity for that, and that's when the problem comes. All right. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for that idea. So your mind has to be ready for it and fertile soil to propagate this idea. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from black magic. Instead, it is fertile ground for words that come from love. You can measure the impeccability of your word by the level of your self-love. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you're impeccable with your word, you feel good, you feel happy and at peace. You can transcend the dream of hell just by making an agreement to be impeccable with your word. I support these thoughts. Right now, I am planting a seed in your mind. Whether or not the seeds grow depend on how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love. Ooh. It is up to you to make this agreement to yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed, and as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. And this first agreement will change the kinds of seeds your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make if you want to be free, if you want to be happy, if you want to transcend the level of existence that is hell. It is very powerful. Use this word in the correct way. Use this word to share your love. Use white magic, beginning with yourself. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are, and follow through with action. Don't just tell yourself. Follow through with action. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Follow through with action. Use the word to break all those teeny tiny agreements that make you suffer. It is possible. It is possible because I did it. I did it. And I am no better than you. No, we are exactly the same. We have the same kind of brain, the same kind of bodies, and we are humans. If we are able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can do the same. If we can be impeccable with my word, why not you? Just try this agreement. Just try this one agreement can change your whole life. Impeccability of your word can lead you to a personal freedom, to huge success in abundance. It can take away all fear and transform you into joy and love. Okay. Just imagine what you can create with the impeccability of your word. With the impeccability of the word, you can transcend the dream of fear and live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of 1,000 people living in hell because you are immune to that hell. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. Ooh, the second agreement, don't take anything personally. That's when it starts to get even more saucy. Ooh, we ain't gonna do that today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. We're not gonna do that today. Hey, what up, Brent? That's another one of the guys who helped me be me and helped me do what I do. My dude, Brent LV, he's part of the crew for all your digital assets that you're looking for, website development, all those funky fresh things, he gonna get you hooked up. So I encourage you to hit him up, see what's good. Also rock with MyFitDC. We got MyFitDC and of course Born to Fly Fitness, where fitness is fashion and mental health is wealth. We got some stuff coming up for y'all. What else is there? Well, a few other things, because I think we're going to cap it here, because I don't want to go into the next agreement. I don't want to go into the next agreement with with 30 minutes. I want to give it a little bit more time and attention. My schedule was wow today, yo. All off the books, off the rails. I was not even expecting it to be like that. Did not even think about it, yo. But we here now. So yeah, as I was saying, I'd like to thank Lifeform again, bringing the mat for the on mat lessons. I'd like to thank Yogi, restructuring health and wellness and in the community, one healthy habit at a time, giving the funding for us to take those on mat lessons off the mat and into our day-to-day life. We have classes Monday morning. We have a free virtual class with G. At 7 a.m. we have Floating Yogi's book club. At 6 p.m. virtual. Tuesday we have virtual lead primary. Wednesday we have in-person elevated yoga. Thursday we have midday mind right, where we'll take some of these concepts that we read from this book and start to implement it into a meditation and add some breath work as well. And Monday through Friday, you can catch me with That Yoga Life at Sun and Moon Yoga with the Mysore portion of the practice, bringing the physical portion of the practice. Thursdays, the breath work and the meditation. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can catch me at Flow Yoga at 10 to 12 for extended hours Mysore. It's saucy. I already know. Come on, bring it. Let's make it happen. And Saturday, you can catch me virtually, Floating Flow. That's my own style, my own swag. We got that at 10:30. And Sunday, we have in-person elevated yoga. You already know what it do. Come on through. Tell the crew. Oh, that's great. Come on through. That is lit. I love it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Come in next week. Come in Thursday. And let's take some of these meditations, ways that we can see the way we've been using that black magic. We've been using that negative speech, that gossip, to ourselves, to other people, and find some ways to rewrite those habits and patterns. With that being said, thanks for coming through, y'all. Love y'all. Love vibing with y'all. Monday nights be lit. Monday night, Floating Yogi's book club every Monday from 6 to roughly 7 o'clock. Today we're going to end a little early. I don't want to go too deep. This book's too short. I wanted to stretch it out because it's got some impactful content in here that I really think that we could dive into. With that being said, peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. Thanks for vibing.